presented by Kit Kat.
There it is.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah.
I just feel like we need to really sample what we're selling here.
Hello.
It's sponsored to
There's 4 pieces.
Please
The
send
big ones,
the
too, not
wake
the
up
kid
piece
size.
and go around. Feed us, Kit Kat. We're going to feed you highlights this morning. It is Monday, August 16th. My name's Kay Adams, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, Sean O'Hara filling in for Nate Burleson, who is out all week. He'll be back next week. And we've got highlights, so it is time for the lead block.
Lead block. Top of the lead block.
We actually have some breaking news to get to before our highlights. Let's start off with this. Our own Tom Pelissero reporting that Dak Prescott is expected to practice on a limited basis today. Prescott's thrown several times on the side, but this will be his first time working with the team since he felt soreness in his throwing shoulder on July 28th. Sean, quickly, what are Dak's teammates thinking when they finally get to hear that good news?
Well, absolutely. They're looking forward to having him back out there. Right now, everybody's going through, the learning curves and camp and the growth process. I know for Dak, just like when you're standing on the sidelines, there's no lonelier place for a player than being hurt, going through rehab, and not being able to be in the huddle.
24 days. 24 days to that opener. All right, it's still a pretty significant number. It should be fine, right? We keep thinking, it's going to be okay. They keep telling us it's no big deal. We watch them on Hard Knocks. We watch them on this network. 24 days, I think, Peter, should be enough time, right?
I would think. I mean, you saw him on Hard Knocks in the first episode. He's swearing about having to come out after taking just a couple of reps. Well, now they got to worry about this shoulder and at least protecting him. I don't think he's going to be in bubble wrap per se, but I would be shocked if we saw him taking any hits or taking any live action. And Kyle, you're right. That Buccaneers defense, they're not going to be nice to Dak. They're looking to do some things to Dak. So to know he's back is great, and Tom's with good news there. But gosh, I think Cowboys fans would like to hear that we're further along at this point.
We'd like to, of course, we talked about whether or not we'd see him on the field, or we would like to see him in preseason action. They have one game left, so this table was split. We'll get Sean's opinion throughout the show, but right now, highlight time.
Oh, yeah. I think we should go to Chicago, Illinois. I think we should do it. There was
an
vibe in the air in Soldier Field of an opening band and then a main act. There's the opening band, Andy Dalton. He went twice on a 3 and out, and then the fans come to their feet. Justin Fields, jump ahead to the third quarter, a 2nd and goal. Looking, dodging the rush. He's going to take off. Look at the acceleration. Ignore the flag. Touchdown, bear down.
Woo!
That is the rook. That is the #1 pick. Oh, my gosh, the flag was on the defense. Don't even worry about it. Jump ahead now. Next drive, a 2nd and 8. Looking. Jesse James, the new tight end, on a throwback. Moonwalking into the end zone. A sensational Saturday by the lake. Justin Fields, cool, calm, chill, massive, fast, exciting, everything you want in a first-round rookie. 20-13, the Bears win, and a lot of hype about Fields. But surely, Justin Fields, coming from the collegiate level, it must have felt really fast out there in the pros.
It was actually kind of slow to me, to be honest. I think, I was expecting it to be a little bit faster, but, practicing, game speed, going at it with my teammates every day. And, of course, we have a great defense. So me going against them every day, it definitely slowed the game up a little bit for me. So, I felt comfortable out there, and I just, of course, I have room to grow. So I'm just going to try to get better each and every day.
It was an incredible debut. Smiles all around. Great to see him. Other rookies that looked good in moments. Justin Fields, though, looked a little different. What did you make of his action with the Bears, his first taste?
For preseason, I'm just looking for vibes. I'm looking for juice. I'm looking for body language. So impressive. What jumps out is just the talent. So talented, so fast, so big, so mobile, everything I was saying. But what I love about Fields is that his face does not change during the game. He has this presence about him where he scores his first touchdown at the pro level. It's a rushing touchdown. We see guys throw the ball in the stands and they're dancing. He just relaxes. This way he looks right here is how he looked at Ohio State against Clemson. It's how he looks in the preseason against Miami. The CBS Pick 6 pod says he has resting game face. It never changes, guys. It's like it wasn't too big, and he even said it wasn't too fast. We can split hairs about incompletions and statistics. That's fine. He's got presence, and he's got it, Sean. You can tell right off the bat.
No doubt about it. It was a house party going on at Soldier Field. He looked a little like Kid and Play in that post-game press conference. I'm with you. I thought he delivered on the physical aspect of it. Because coming out of, the combine and the pro days, it was like, man, this guy is physically, he's got it. He's the most talented physical player, quarterback coming out of this draft. And then it was like, all right, but what happens on the field? Does it show up? I thought he looked so electric. I thought that he looked more athletic than I even thought he would look. So if you're a Bears fan right now, absolutely. This guy delivered on the promise of energy and enthusiasm and excitement. I mean, I kind of feel bad for Andy Dalton watching that, to be honest with you, because I'm like, wow, this kid is like, it's only a matter of time. But the one thing that just kind of, as a player, I'm looking at, I'm saying, all right, I'm seeing him run a lot. Like, all right, I'm seeing him back out of the pocket a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I don't want to see him rely on his legs all the time. And it was his first game, so absolutely he gets a pass for all that stuff. But you saw a couple of throws that it's like, all right, I'm trying to fit one in there. He's learning. But I tell you, if you're a Bears fan right now, how are you not just like all in? How are you not, locking in your schedule for the rest of the season because of what you just saw?
Yeah, and I wouldn't feel bad for Andy Dalton. He was given the #1 job. Given. I mean, they're like, hey, we're signing you. You're the #1. And Nagy's and yesterday he started the game, or whenever they played, he started the game. And let's see what happened. This was Andy Dalton on Saturday in a preseason debut with the Bears, and it was a negative run to Montgomery. Dalton's highlight reel did not exist. He didn't look great. There was incompletes. He had every chance to go in there and say, hey, I'm going to show you what I got. It was nothing. It was fine. It was like this kind of stuff. Justin Fields comes in, and you felt a noted change for the Bears offense. It got better. And now I know you can say, well, no. That was the Dolphins' #2. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Like, Justin Fields came in. The team was catalyzed. They looked better. They looked energized. The crowd 100%. Looked good. I love Andy Dalton. I don't feel bad for Andy Dalton. Go out there and keep the job, win the job. Instead, we're talking about Justin Fields to start the show on a Monday morning after the first week of preseason. Andy Dalton has been given the job. He's got every opportunity to silence this talk. He didn't do that on Saturday.
Do you think things changed as far as like the week 1 starter, or if he has another brilliant showing like this? Because I have to ask you, Matt. We know Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy, a notorious don't play my starters in the preseason guy. Doesn't ever do it. Not a guy who's planning on giving a bunch of work in the regular season. Fields was out there on 63% of snaps. He looked incredible. Fields playing so much. If you're a Bears fan, are you like, does that mean we're not going to see him a lot this year?
Maybe.
Because that's gone through my head once or twice since watching these highlights.
I know what you mean. And Peter King had Matt Nagy this morning, quoted him this morning from before the game. Nagy has like a Gettysburg Address, a very passionate speech about sticking to the long-term plan, and I don't care about my job security, and it's the long-term plan. It's 15 years from now. What's best for the Bears? So he's 10 toes down, to make no mistake. I would just say, if this happens again, and it happens a third time, it becomes very difficult to not only the fan base, but the locker room to be like, we're keeping that guy off the field. He's wildly talented. It's going to get harder if the preseason games keep going like this.
Yeah, I think when you look at Matt Nagy, he's calling Andy Reid, and he's saying, man, how did you sit Mahomes for that entire
He was in the room.
Totally different scenario with everything, but yeah, that's going to be tough.
Let's get to highlights.
Well, we got the excitement for the Chicago. Is the excitement going to continue for the
Let's find out.
New York Jets? That man right there, Robert Saleh, his very first game as a head coach, and Zach Wilson taking the field wearing #2, not #1. But how about this? Just delivering a little strike right here on 3rd and 6. No big deal. Corey Davis, a little out route. So easy. Check out the footwork right here. 3rd and 9. Right. Kyle, I mean, just so poised in the pocket right there. Finds Keelan Cole over the middle. Zach Wilson. I tell you what, he didn't have the splash play. He didn't run around like Justin Fields. But I thought what he did from the pocket and the way he orchestrated that offense was phenomenal. And here's what he had to say after the game. And they were asking if he was nervous at all before his first action.
No, not at all. I mean, it's kind of, it's one of those weird things. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just, we've been playing this game my whole life. And so it's just, adapting to that, but, I felt comfortable. I know the guys around us felt comfortable. I think our coaches prepared us for it. And, I think we felt good going out there.
All these Jets fans, he's throwing interceptions. He doesn't look good at training camp. He looks good. Sigh of relief and excitement here in this area, in our backyard in New York. What did you make of the debut from the 2nd overall pick?
It was really good. I think I would call it solid. His problem is this competition, is that we saw Fields. We saw what Lance is going to do, and we're going to get into that. He's throwing 80-yard touchdowns. Zach Wilson's like, what do you want from me? I came out. I threw a couple strikes. He was out there for 20 plays. They ran on 11 of them. He was 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Like, in another weekend, and another 7A Monday morning, we'd say Zach Wilson won the weekend. Zach Wilson was incredible. But Justin Fields had 2 touchdowns and Trey Lance threw it 3 miles, and we're going to get into all of that. So I would say rock solid, right? You didn't mess it up. You looked cool. You looked the part. And you spoke to the media well. I'll take it any day.
I'd say rock star. Honestly,
I
know I can go. You're excited about Fields. I thought Wilson was so good on Saturday night, and it was amazing because all training camp we've been reading the media reports of him struggling. Phil Simms said something really good this week. He went to Jets practice and he was like, please don't look at like preseason statistics. Actually, don't look at training camp statistics. We're looking at practice stats. Like he's 11 of 27. It's not good. Wilson addressed that, said he's trying to make Wilson look great. And that is the biggest uphill situation from all these guys. There are such lack of offensive proven talent, and it's a first-year offensive coordinator, a first-year head coach, and Wilson came out there. I thought he looked awesome for a preseason debut, considering the circumstances, considering what we'd been reading and hearing leading up to the game.
And they didn't have Elijah Moore out there even.
Yeah, I thought it was the perfect start. You know, we talked a couple of weeks ago right here at this breakfast table about what we wanted from Zach Wilson, and the one thing that I said was I don't want the splash play. Like if we were sitting here talking about that unbelievable throw where he ran around and did all this, I mean, now all of a sudden it's a totally different conversation about Zach Wilson. This was exactly the way it should have gone for Zach Wilson and for the Jets. He came out, he's methodical, he had great command. It's a first-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator, Michael Ford, and this kid looked like a savvy veteran. He did not look like a rookie at all, and I think it was great. I also think the fact that it was against the Jets, the Giants' basically second defense, it was good that it wasn't anything wow. Then people could say, yeah, but it wasn't the starters. No, he looked the part. And I thought that his pocket presence was phenomenal.
Love it. We got all your highlights. Sam Darnold no longer with the Jets and Zach Wilson's team. He's with the Panthers. I got some more highlights.
Let's get to it. Panthers and Colts. Let's roll. Here we go. There's Jacob Eason, who is starting for the Indianapolis Colts.
Take a shot every time Traeger says Ellinger today.
Eason and Ellinger. It's the Sophie's Choice in Indianapolis. But it looked good, Eason. It's a deep pass. Finds Paris Campbell, who's wearing number 1 this season. Eason would start the game, would have a nice drive at the end of the first half. Then over here, you look at what the Panthers had going. This might be the play of the game. Woo! Touchdown. Beautiful play. Panthers get into the end zone. And here we go. 21-18. We didn't see Ellinger. He played well.